And now for our feature presentation.
This is Jeopardy! And in the studio, the host of Jeopardy, Greg Trebek.
Thank you, Charlie O'Donnell. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy! If you already know the rules, select the number of players. For game rules, select Help. If you know the rules, please select the number of players. Okay, go ahead and select a name. Alan? Now, if your names are right, a great assortment of categories await you in this Jeopardy round. Here they are. The Age of Chivalry, Science and Nature, Movie Songs, Mexico, Ballet, and finally, Letter Perfect. Let's put the dollar values on the board. Alan, make your first selection. For $500,
Add 3 letters to the French word for horse to get this French word for a knight.
you're right. Alan, how are you going to play it? Here's your clue.
Suzanne Farrell has been called the muse of this late choreographer, known as Mr. B.
You got it. Alan, which one do you want? For $500,
I is the only English vowel, and this the only consonant, that's dotted in lower case.
yes, well done. Alan, what'll it be? For $500,
Elected president in 1861, he was a full-blooded Zapotec Indian.
Didn't want to try that one. Who was Benito Juarez? Alan? What'll it be? For $500,
How can I ignore this person? I love him more than I can say.
correct. Alan, which one do you want? The answer there,
The Henry Draper catalog contains measurements of over 400,000 of these.
you're right. Alan, what'll it be? Here it is.
The medieval institution of knighthood spread to England with this conquest.
Yes. Alan, how are you going to play it? The answer there,
Look up plie in Britannica and you'll find a photo of Gelsey Kirkland as this Stravinsky bird.
that's right. Alan, what'll it be? Select. Your clue is
In spelling out the numbers from 1 to 999, you never use this vowel.
you're right. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $400,
Mexico City stands on the site of Tenochtitlan, their capital.
yes, well done. Alan, which one do you want? For $400,
Don't go walking down this thoroughfare with anyone else but me.
correct. Alan, how are you going to play it? Answer,
It's what the archerfish shoots to bring down insects.
that's it. Alan? What'll it be? The Daily Double. Alan? Going for it all. All right, let's see what happens. Here is your Daily Double clue.
Chrétien du Troyes wrote the earliest extant literary work about the quest for this holy object.
That's the one. Alan? How are you going to play it? Here's your clue.
The Teutonic Knights originated during the third one of these military expeditions.
That's it. Alan? For $200,
The idealization of women stemmed from the increasing devotion to this biblical woman.
you're right. Alan? The answer is
He was first to prove the connection between electricity and lightning.
that's it. Alan? The answer is
A bandicoot carries its young in one of these.
you're right. Alan? Here it is.
Polishing this removes the thiamine, so a constant diet of it may result in beriberi.
Correct. Alan? The clue.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it in this place.
You got it. Alan? The answer is
For a golden girl knows when he's kissed her, it's the kiss of death from this Bond villain.
you're right. Alan? For $300.
No, it isn't very pretty what this type of town can do.
Yes. Alan? The answer is
Though about 95% of Mexicans are of this denomination, no church can own land in Mexico.
right. Alan? For $200,
Often, your father and this baptismal stand-in call each other compadre, meaning co-father.
yes, well done. Alan? The answer?
The resort town of Cabo San Lucas is at the southern tip of this peninsula.
Right. Alan? For $100,
Her sister, Marjorie Tallchief, is a ballerina too.
you got it. Alan? Your clue is
Dame Alicia Markova was ballet director of this American opera company from 1963 to 69.
right. Alan? Clue.
Antoinetta del Ira was the first ballerina to play the role of this fairy in the Nutcracker in 1892.
Correct. Alan? For $100,
It precedes Stop, Mary Abraham, and Scott Fitzgerald.
right. Alan? Answer?
Lee Marvin headed this squad on TV.
You're right. Here is the last clue. The answer?
On a compass, this consonant is found 270 degrees from N.
That's right. That's the Jeopardy round. For Double Jeopardy, we will test you in these categories: famous names, contemporary novels, musical instruments, the elements, the 50 states, And finally, mythological words and phrases. Here are the double Jeopardy dollar values. Alan, make your first selection. Your clue is...
In Jitterbug Perfume, this novelist said, "The beet was Rasputin's favorite vegetable."
Yes, well done. Alan, which one do you want? For $1,000.
Reflecting 95% of the light that strikes it, this precious metal is the most lustrous of metals.
That's it. Alan, what'll it be? Here's your clue.
Though a Republican, Harold Ickes was Interior Secretary for this president's whole tenure.
Yes, well done. Alan, which one do you want? It's the Daily Double. Alan, get it correct, of course, and you'll double your score. Here is your Daily Double clue.
It's the only state that modeled its court system on civil law, not English common law.
Right. Alan, what'll it be? For $800.
This state's first radio station, WOK, began operating in Pine Bluff in 1922.
Yes, you got it. Alan, which one do you want? Here's your clue.
Its state flower is the Rocky Mountain columbine.
No, you should have picked this. What is Colorado? Alan, what'll it be? The answer is...
Of all state mottos, in English, this state's is appropriately the shortest.
Right. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $200,
Colorful landmarks include the Painted Desert in Arizona and Rainbow Bridge in this state.
That's it. Alan, how are you going to play it? Here it is.
The name of this wind instrument, also called a sweet potato, comes from Italian for goose.
Yes, well done. Alan, which one do you want? The answer?
A sculptured figure of a man used as a support and named for a titan. The plural is Atlantes.
You're right. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $800.
Chapter 9 of this James Michener novel is titled The Golden Beaches of Nome.
That's right. Alan, which one do you want? For $800.
Used to galvanize iron and steel, its name is from the German for prong or spike.
You got it. Alan, how are you going to play it? Select. For $800.
Robert Ford, who killed this outlaw in St. Joseph, Missouri in 1882, got a big reward and a pardon.
You got it. Alan, which one do you want? For $800.
Albert Schweitzer was a key figure in reviving interest in this instrument in the early 1900s.
That's it. Alan, how are you going to play it? Clue.
Wife of Odysseus, whose weaving has become a metaphor for an endless task.
That's it. Alan, what'll it be? For $600.
He dedicated QB7 to my darling wife Jill on her 23rd birthday.
That's it. Alan, which one do you want? For $600.
In 1766, Henry Cavendish called this gas, with one proton and one electron, inflammable air.
Correct. Alan, what'll it be? For $600.
Savonarola forced this famous Florentine family into exile in 1494.
You got it. Alan, what'll it be? For $600.
The Neapolitan type of this lute-like instrument is tuned the same as a violin.
Yes. Alan, what'll it be? For $600.
Blue succory, a plant once thought to have love potion powers, is also called this god's dart.
Yes, you got it. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $400.
Royal Poinciana revolves around the Royal Poinciana Hotel in this elegant Florida resort city.
Correct. What'll it be? Answer?
Used to control goiter, this element was discovered in seaweed by a French chemist in 1811.
Yes, you got it. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $400.
She said, "I can train any dog in 5 minutes. It's training the owner that takes longer."
Correct. Alan, which one do you want? For $400.
The Scottish Highland version of this instrument has 3 drones.
Right. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $400.
A style of masonry that uses large, irregular stones was named for these one-eyed giants.
Yes, well done. Alan, how are you going to play it? For $200.
At the beginning of this Larry McMurtry novel, the pigs are eating a rattlesnake.
Well done. Alan? For $200,
This radioactive element is named for the ninth planet.
right. Alan? How are you going to play it? For $200,
She changed her name in 1744, we figure because Empress Sophie the Great didn't sound good.
you're right. Alan? It's the last daily double of this game. Alan? Get it correct, of course, and you'll double your score. Here is your daily double clue.
Bongos, congas, and tom-toms are types of these.
Yes, you got it. Here is the last clue. The answer is
Tall, powerful women are sometimes called these after the name of a race of female warriors.
right. And that does it for Double Jeopardy. In a moment, Final Jeopardy. Each player will be writing down their Final Jeopardy question on a piece of paper. Make sure you have enough pens and paper for everybody before starting this Final Jeopardy round. Now, let's take a look at our Final Jeopardy category. The Final Jeopardy category is the UN. Now it's time to place your Final Jeopardy wager. Alan? Make sure your opponents are looking the other way as you enter your secret wager. In just a moment, we will show you the clue. You must write down your response before time runs out, so make sure you have a pen and paper ready. The Final Jeopardy answer is 50 nations signed the UN Charter on June 26, 1945, at this city's War Memorial Opera House. Time's up. Please stop writing. The correct response: what is San Francisco? Alan? Were you right or wrong? Great. You're the Jeopardy champ. Now let's see how much more you've added to your winnings. Big wager, big score, big player. Good going, Jeopardy champ. All right, that concludes this game of Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the high scores, shall we? Here are Jeopardy's high scores. So far, of course, you're the only one on the board. Would you like to play again? No? Okay. But thanks for playing. I'm Alex Trebek, and I'll see you next time when once again you get to play Jeopardy!